Hi, everybody. Well, we're getting closer to Passover, and we're getting closer to March 18. We have two portions that we are reading this weekend, this Shabbat. Also, uh, it's a very special Shabbat where we're announcing the months of Aries, which is coming. Also, on top of it, it's a special Shabbat. It's called Shabbat HaChodesh, where we're discussing the whole concept of the month of Nisan make it so special as we left Egypt at that time. So this we can consider strong, intense, full of energy. On Sunday, it's the beginning of the month of Aries. And when the month of Aries arrive, we are connecting to the force of the tree, not from the point of the fruit, from the point of blessing the tree for good weather, for reincarnation, for the dead people to have a second chance to be reincarnated. All of it is happening this weekend. So from Friday till Sunday, you're going to feel it. It's a very strong, intense energy. Is it always positive? Yes, but there is a big but there. The but is, even if it's positive, can we handle it? Because if you cannot handle it, then the vessel break and fall down. And when it fall down, um, there is a memory of the fulfillment that they had there before, and then we have to start the or tikkun and correct ourselves and make ourselves better. So, just to tell you, I'm telling it to myself as well. I hope all of us will remember as this weekend come from Friday to Sunday. By the way, from Friday to Sunday, it's a very powerful energy that can lift off whatever is blocking you, whatever is bothering you. This is very important to understand. And the energy is you're going to feel. I mean, what was the gift that God gave the Israelite in Egypt? He makes sure that the people who are bad will not like them. So when somebody doesn't like you and they're bad for you, that's good news, right? Now, first I want to say happy Woman Day today. I don't know if all the women who listen celebrate. If you didn't, celebrate it tomorrow. It's never too late. And happy Woman Day to my wife and to my daughter. I will tell you a secret story before even I start. I don't know if we have a lot of women listening. So this morning, I mean, I'm not going to take you into my bedroom, okay, but little details to my bedroom. So those of you who know my wife, she's always Speedy Gonzales kind of a thing, you know. But there is levels to the Speedy Gonzales. Today, Speedy Gonzales went one level up. What happened? We have about 100 boxes or whatever the number is that we need to send to the post office. You know, Debbie. Why we need to send that urgently? Because of Passover is here. So, I don't know if you know, in our bedroom we sleep in the same bed. I'm sorry for the information, but you need to know. So, can you imagine, first thing in the morning, you open your eyes and nobody's next to you? Maybe the bathroom, maybe brushing the teeth. Gone. Gone. So I was worried, going downstairs, where usually it's our first floor is all about boxes and sending and helping and guiding and donating. And because we have the boxes all in the house, and it's all going to Qatar, Dubai, all where the American soldiers are, to help them. That's part of the donation we do. So we do it. We did it for Purim. We do it. So every holiday, we give it. So before Passover, we have to pack. Then you wake up in the morning, jump on their computer, and making sure that the post office will give her the paper so you can print and send it today. And I tried to tell her it's a woman day today. You're supposed to, I don't know, do your nails or something. Or what women, I said, that makes me happy. And was thinking about it. You know, the Talmud said, "Eno omerim shivcho shel adam befanav." The Talmud said you're not permitted to speak good about a person when they're in front of you. But what can I do? She's the cameraman, she's the boss, she's everything. So when can I say good things about her? But the Talmud also say מקצתו מותר. You're allowed to say a little bit good about a person if they're in front of you. So all the women should ask themselves, what is the day of woman mean to you? And are you there to go ahead and make a difference, not just by lecturing? Debbie doesn't do a lot of talk. She do a lot of action. So yesterday we have all the neighbors and people come and help and we pack. And the day before we did it again because we sent 2 different group of boxes. And I have to tell you, I'm inspired. I'm inspired. I was a little bit feeling guilty that I am with all my spirituality and meditation. And before the sunrise, I see a woman downstairs with her glue and packing boxes, another box, another box, another box. 75 boxes. It's a lot of work. So I'm just saying, everybody need to think who inspire you. And I'm inspired by Debbie now. Work hard to help people. I'm inspired by Debbie who don't talk too much. She just do. There's so many people out there who do. And nothing happened. Or they talk, and nothing happened. Here we're talking about not talk, just do. And she's focusing on the idea of making sure that people get the benefit. So again, happy Women's Day today. And may all the women will start to recognize that their job is definitely to make a difference. But their job is not to make themselves look better than men or fight who is better and fight for justice. Use what you are and what you're good at and make sure the world will find out who you are. You don't need to make a lot of noise. When women wake up in the morning, the first thing she thinks is how to donate, how to help, how to guide, then nobody will have nothing to say. It's all about, in the end of the day, is your intention. It's your intention. Who would know that if I wouldn't share it? And Debbie didn't know I'm going to share it. It wasn't part of my lecture, but I was thinking to myself today. I asked myself, where am I in the picture? Am I doing enough? Am I wake up early to pack boxes? Am I donating enough? Not just money, time, energy. Do I mean it when I start help, or I go half of the way? There it was nothing. It was just give, pure giving and pure boxing in the house. And of course, she make all of us work and pack the boxes, but it was fun. It was not too much talking. It was just doing. So I want to tell you, women, we need you. We need you to join Debbie on the inspiration of the world. We need the women. And what I want to wish for all the women is to work together with her and making a difference in the world. For women, for children, for men, for all humankind. Because we need you women. Because you have to start to recognize your power. So start reaching out to her, not with questions, just reaching out to her with, what can I do? And I think that's really what it's all about. So again, not allowed by the Talmud to say too much good, but a little bit of good I'm allowed to say. So that's why I say it. So Debbie, thank you. On behalf of all Vital Transformation, on behalf of all of our organization of donating, you did very well. And that's why people don't feel threatened by you when you send them the food. They keep asking for more and more and more because they feel comfortable. Sometimes when you give gift to someone and they don't feel comfortable, they don't ask again. But here, it's always to give more. It's always to order the truck, to bring things, to put the post office. It's a lot of work. I mean, the first thing I see in my house, I don't want to see people in my house at 6 a.m. I see my across the street neighbor in my door. I started telling Debbie, are we having issue in our relationship? Why is the neighbor across the street coming to say hello to you? I know he's handsome, and I got to work on my beard a little bit, but come on, why him? He said, honey, relax. He just have a bigger truck than yours, and he can carry more boxes to the army. So he's taking to the post office. So you should tell me that. I'm nervous. You're not next to me in my bed. I'm going downstairs. I see a man coming in with a truck. So what's going on here? What's happening? I leave you for 5 minutes? That's what happened? I'm going to shave, okay? She said, no problem. Anyway, I would like to start the parasha. These people are laughing a little bit. Anyway, so what is the story of Vayakhel Pikudei, these 2 portions? We're talking about the tabernacle, Mishkan. מה זה Mishkan? What is Mishkan? Mishkan is basically a structure, a physical structure that was built for the desert only. It wasn't a synagogue, but it also wasn't the holy temple like we had in Jerusalem. It's not the holy temple, and it's not the tabernacle. It's not a synagogue. It's a Mishkan. It's something that you build for the meantime. It's not there to last. It's just for the meantime, so the Israelites, as they walk through the desert, will worship God, will connect to God. So we need to ask ourselves, two portions, all talk about those details. So we need to, I think, start thinking to ourselves, what does that mean for us for this week? So when you build something, you need structure. We're talking about structure. We're talking about simple concept called structure of our life, structure of your relationship, structure of your parenting, structure of your kids, your relationship to your parents, structure of your friend, what's real in your life, what's fake in your life. You know, when you get close to Debbie, it's all real. No fake. Very hard to meet people like that only busy with sharing and giving. And so people are going to get close to Debbie, will elevate themselves spiritually if you are for real. If you fake and get close to Debbie, you're not going to like her because you're fake. That's how you know if you're real or fake. If you don't like her, it's not going to work. Now, in spirituality, there is two levels. Let's say there is a teacher. I'm a teacher, right? Some of you like what I say. Some of you like me. There is not everybody like me as a person, but they like what I teach. So my education, bravo, very good. That deep Tikkunei Zohar, I love. Talmud Sirot, I love. What happens when you only love the teaching of your teacher? That's when you're never going to connect to anything. You never. So that's when you're going to get the intellectual knowledge. When you're going to go home, it's not going to stay in your vein. It will disappear. For that reason, the Mishnah is teaching us, "Aseh lecha rav ukneh lecha chaver." You should make yourself a teacher. What does that mean, you should make yourself a teacher? The teacher is an authority. What is a teacher? An authority. Somebody you put above you. If your teacher is equal to you, it's not your teacher. If the teacher below you, of course, it's not the teacher. If you only want to get knowledge from your teacher, then go to Google's. You will have a great relationship. But a teacher, according to Kabbalah, according to the Ari, according to the Zohar, according to the real wisdom, is somebody you put him there above you. And if you don't, then it's never going to work. It's going to be just knowledge. And if it's just knowledge, you're gone. We're doing Shabbat here all the time. And Debbie loves to give, always loves to give. And I tell Debbie, it's not good that you're giving all the time. She said, why? I enjoy it. So, give people a chance to share the wine, do the cookie, do the cake. It's a chance for them to grow. That's how you build a structure for them. And she started doing it, and it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. Everybody sharing cookie and wine and all this and that. Remember, my friend, you're going to have two groups of people coming to Vital. The one who want to receive information and knowledge, and the one who want to connect to Debbie and myself. The one who connect to Debbie and myself, that connection never going to stop. The one who connect only to the knowledge, it's beautiful, and I want you to continue doing that. Don't stop. We don't want you to stop. It's good. Because I'm considering myself knowledgeable and wise, so I can give you that knowledge. But truly to connect to a highest level, you have to connect to teacher. You should ask yourself that question. Why is, when you look at Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, or you look at, I shouldn't say Rabbi Shimon because that's very high level, but you look at any professor in university, there is people who go to the university to study knowledge. And there is people who connect to the professor. The one who feels connecting to the professor can talk to the professor all the time because there is connection. I encourage you to start follow the Mishnah, to start follow the Talmud, so start follow the Kabbalah, start follow Tikkunei Zohar, start follow real knowledge that was written thousands of years ago. And they tell you, either you connect to the teacher or you connect to the knowledge coming from your teacher. That's the structure of success. Because this portion, talking about the Mishkan, talking about the tabernacle, talking about the whole structure that need to be built, because of that, all of us now have to look inside Who do I believe in? There is one person I follow? There's two people I follow? There's three people I follow? Then you should ask yourself, those of you who are cheating on your husband, on your wife, don't tell it on the camera, please. If it's on Zoom, don't mention it's me. So let's say you're cheating. Why are you cheating? Because your wife is not enough, or your husband is not enough, or this is not, doesn't matter what, but you're cheating. When you're cheating, you not connect to the person you're with, not with the one you cheat, and not with the husband or the wife. You're never going to connect, but you connect only to what they bring good to you. So from this man or from this woman, you get, I don't know, a kiss. From here, you're getting money. From here, you're getting other things. So you not connect to them. You connect only to what they can bring you. And for that reason, that type of connection is not a connection. Going back to the story of Vayakhel, Pikudei, Mishkan. For the word of Mishkan, when we talk about Mishkan, we are talking about the word Shekhinah, dwelling, the Shekhinah, the aspect of Malchut. We know that the Mishkan represents Malchut. What is Malchut? Malchut is the receiving energy of the entire structure that called fulfillment of the light force of the Creator. That's what Mishkan is. That's the vessel that receives all the light. That's what Mishkan, that's what the tabernacle was. So we're building a structure to be able to get all this light. Now that structure has to be done perfect. Otherwise no light coming down. So every piece that we read about in this Shabbat, helping us step by step to build our structure of connected to the divine. That's what we're doing this weekend. We're building a structure. But because this weekend is 7th day, which is Shabbat, which is Malchut, it's a manifestation of everything we're doing this week. Every day is connecting. Every day is connecting to an energy that's related to Malchut. So, if that's so, that means with that Malchut that we built, the only way we can draw light. What is the Malchut built from? Structure. But we know, those of you who study with me a deeper meaning of Kabbalah, something called Tzimtzum, Malchut cannot receive the light. So you need a specific structure where the light can come into Malchut without it disappear. So the entire curtain is like the Masach. Masach, those of you who are familiar with those words of Kabbalah, is something that pushes the light back. Like when I wear the yarmulke. What is the yarmulke does? When the light coming down, it pushed back. I cannot receive it just for oneself alone. I have to push it back. So whatever we do this week, build your structure. Choose a teacher. You have to have a teacher. Teacher is an authority. Is not a knowledgeable person. Somebody you put out there and you're asking them about every spiritual thing. Oh, every business or every, depends how much you're respecting them. There is people who are my customer, student, and friend. They ask me about everything. They ask me about their life, their family, their children, their health, how to make money, everything. They are students who are very close to me. Whatever they do, they text me. And then I help them. And of course, some of you might be worried, is it leading into some type of dependency? Well, if you've been suspicious that I might create dependency, then I'm not a good teacher for you. The one who chose me to do it with them, don't think like that. But for every person has to start choosing a teacher that you look up to. You look up to. That's your teacher. That's your guide, that's the thing. And the saying that you cannot cheat on your wife, I mean, you can cheat on your wife. First you go and you choose wife or you choose husband. And then you lower yourself a little bit and you know, this is your life. This is who you be with. That's really what it's all about. And it's not easy to choose. But after you choose, it's something you have to accept internally, something you have to accept internally. And Debbie and me don't like to come across as teacher. We like to come as fun friends, which is our fault. But we can change it. That's who we are. Because we don't feel we're better than anybody else. We just want you guys to do the best, have all the money, be healthy, and all this and that. But people, from the people point of view, people have to develop that teacher need of a thing, but not to get more knowledge or intellectual thing, to get more vessel so you can receive all the light that we want to give you. How do you get that vessel? From ir'ah, from an awe. You have to develop an awe. Now, if you cannot develop it, it's okay too. We're not here to blame you if you're not there yet. It's your life. It's not my life. I'm not here to tell you, do that. That's the only way. No, it's not the only way. It's the ultimate goodness that the person can receive, but it doesn't mean that every person really can do that. Can you lose your ego and listen to one person? Or you think they're smarter than you in all area? You can't. So wow, why am I saying it's good for everybody? It's not good for everybody. When you're ready, it will happen to you. So don't be upset if still you didn't find the right person, whatever it's me, Debbie, or somebody else. You have to start develop that internally. That's what building of the Mishkan is. You're building a structure to draw light from the Creator to somebody. Why do you need somebody? The structure of the universe is working with chesed v'gvura, a force of chi, of giving and receiving. So the force of giving is coming from the teacher. The force of receiving coming from the student. If the student receive with excitement, not for the knowledge, with excitement that the teacher actually teach them, then that person got the idea of teaching. If the person just excited about the knowledge, there's no connection. Can you imagine you only marry your husband because of his money? Or you only marry your wife because of her look? Or you only marry because of then you not connect to them. You connect to something else. And that's why there is many levels of that. So that's the structure of the Mishkan. All of us need to build our relationship with teachers, our relationship with neighbors, our relationship with God, all of that thing. Spiritual relationship has to go to teacher, that this is it. This is my authority. This is something. And don't choose just teacher who will agree with you all day long, because you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. And not all teachers are good with every student. Sometimes you choose good teacher, but it doesn't mean they're good for you. So you got to find the balance, okay? Got to find the balance. Anyway, so I'm going to read from the Zohar, all right? And there is a section here in Vayakhel. What is the structure? Again, everything is about structure. So what is the structure of connecting to the Creator? I'm reading from verse 71. בשעה שאדם משים רצונו לעבוד את ריבונו, רצון הזה עולה תחילה על הלב. First thing is to desire to connect to the Creator. You want to be spiritual? That's the first thing. The teacher's just mission is to navigate you toward the Creator. רצון הזה עולה תחילה ללב, כי הוא קיום היסוד של כל הגוף. When you have that desire to connect to the Creator, first it starts from your heart. ואחר כך עולה רצון הטובה הוא על כל אברי הגוף. From the heart it's traveling to the all organs. והרצון של כל אברי הגוף והרצון של הלב מתחברים ביחד. And that desire of all the organs together with the heart are connected. והם מושכים עליהם זוהר השכינה. לשכון עמהם. And then the organs and the heart drawing the light of the Shekhinah to dwell on them. So now you know the word Mishkan. Because Mishkan means, comes with Mishkan Shekhinah. Same letter. Okay? To show you that the whole concept of the Mishkan is actually also in your body. Your body becomes a structure to draw all that light when you have desire to connect to the light. Yeah? והאדם הוא חלקו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. And that, as a human, we are part of the divine. For that reason, it says, קחו ביתכם תרומה. And for that reason, it says, in another parsha, you should take donation from yourself. What do you mean from yourself? מיתכם הוא המשכה לקבל לכם תרומה, היא שהשכנה ידבר חלק להשם. What is the contribution? What is the donation? The donation is when you are working on yourself to be connected to the Creator with all your organs, with all your heart, then the Shekhinah, the female aspect of God, or the vessel concept of God, is dwelling on you. That's the charity that you're going to receive. ואם תאמר, שאין הדבר עומד ברשותו של האדם. You may say, I don't have the power to connect with all the organs of my body. בואו ראה מה כתוב, כל נדיב ליבו יביאה את תרומת השם. כל נדיב ליבו ודאי, כל מי שירצה ליבו ימשיך אליו את השכינה. For me we learn, second verse say, all the people who are generous from the heart, bringing the Shekhinah to them. So you have to be generous with your heart. Sometimes when you give money, it doesn't mean you're generous from the heart. Giving money can be ego. You're just giving to show off. So it's not necessarily a clean heart. You just give, you pay for a meal. I don't know, $180 sushi for everybody. I don't know the prices in a restaurant anymore, so whatever. $180, I think it's a lot. And everybody see, wow, Eliyahu, you did great. It's not necessarily from the heart. That's not giving it. So the heart is nediv libo. Nediv means generosity. Do you have generosity in your heart? And the only way you can test yourself, if you're generous, there is 3 areas a person can test himself. The Talmud said, the way you see the real side of people is when they get angry, get drunk, and get cheap on you. Koso, kiso, veka'aso. Sometimes people get angry, a lot of things come out. When they get drunk, weird things come out. And then, other thing, okay? How they spend money. That means whoever wants the Shekhinah to come to him, it all depends on your heart. And when you have the merit for the Shekhinah to dwell with you, like you become the Mishkan, you become the tabernacle. Kama brachot, how many blessing is happening to you? How much money coming your way? If you remember when they build the temple, what they say, not the temple, the tabernacle, what they say, we need gold, silver, and copper. What does that mean? Meaning to tell you, it's not about the tabernacle, it's about you. When you become generous, when you start giving, not just money, you care. You care. You care. But don't care because you want some clapping of hand to say, oh my God, you care so much. So if you're Aries or Leo, unfortunately, you will never be able to care without ego. But the other side have a chance. They still have a chance. Leo and Aries, I mean, what can we do? Can you remove your ego? It's for life. But it doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, Leo and Aries are the most generous people. The most generous people. But there is, Aliyah Vekotz might say, there is an issue with that. Because it's involved ego. When a Leo and Aries doesn't have ego anymore, they are the most giving people. But nobody knows that internally. For that reason, they need a teacher. Every time they give, slap the ego a little bit, wake them up, say, ooh, okay, thank you for reminding me. You know? So a person who just think how to give, not just packing the boxes like Debbie, you just need to think. I want to help Debbie. I want to help Debbie with the boxes. I want to help Debbie with the Shabbat. I want to help Debbie with the... By the way, it's not for Debbie. Don't help Debbie. She does not need your help. I mean, help yourself to become more generous. Right away, things start to open up for you. All the money in the world. In one point, if you want to sit with us and ask us one day, not now, we're very busy now, we will tell you how many blessings we have since we're doing all those great things for people. זהו לשאר בני העולם. ואתם קדושים ולא יקחו מתכם תרומה לשם דיינו שחדשו קדושת הרמת המשכינה, אחרי מי שהתחיל להרים, הוא ירים. So it's say, can you be generous without physicality? So of course, when you study, try to look within the study for something new, for something better. And that's why it's always good to study with a teacher. I study a lot with other people, okay? Not just my student. I study with authority, people that I respect, that are above me. I have a rabbi who comes to teach me on a Tuesday. Okay, I cannot say we study together, because what he teach me, I don't know. So I can make it look cool. No, we don't study. I respect him. It's my few doors neighbors here. I'm living in a neighborhood that everybody's so much wiser than me. And they come and they guide me and they share with me so much wisdom. And I feel so happy that I can actually have the merit to study with him. So remember, build a structure this week. Looking for a structure how to connect to the Creator. One way is to study, but before that, your heart. Is your heart involved? Is your heart involved? Is your heart truly involved? Or you just want to be right? If you just want to be right, you don't belong in the journey of spirituality. You belong everywhere else, but no, don't be spiritual. Because more spiritual you be, when you're looking for justice, more damage you're doing to your soul. Justice and spirituality don't work together. They don't, they just don't. What can I do? I cannot go into it why, but they don't. You're looking for justice, you don't belong in the arena of spirituality. You belong in the court, but you don't belong in the arena of spirituality. Spirituality has nothing to do with justice. Spirituality has to do with mercy, and I'm going to explain it in a second more. All right. So this is one structure, your heart. I'm going to take you structure for structure of what's truly happening. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is pray. What's the structure of pray? The Zohar is so big this week, and if you have time to read the whole Zohar, this is so beautiful, just so beautiful. Don't be shy to ask questions. Some people told me you're afraid of me since my beard, and since I'm being very direct, that's why you don't ask questions. It's good to be a little bit afraid of your teacher, but don't panic. I mean, you should ask questions. Anyway, so I'm reading from verse 486 from Parashat Pikudei. And that's what it says. When you pray alone, your prayer is going all the way up to the entrance of a chamber. Again, everything we're going to talk about today is a structure of spiritual evolution. And there is a minister who stands at that entrance. If the prayer is good, אם יפה היא, תפילה היא נכנוס לפני המלך הקדוש. If the prayer is good, so that minister standing in the door, and he check the prayer. Check the prayer where it comes. It's from the heart. It's from you. What kind of pray? Or you're just reading the book like you're reading Pinocchio. What exactly going on in your heart? If it's good, תפילה היא לקנוס לפני המלך הקדוש, מיד הוא פותח מכניס אותה. If the prayer is good, you're opening the door and you let the prayer go in. Almost like it's a physical thing. And that prayer go directly to the Creator. Can you imagine how powerful it is? Do you have conversation with the Creator? With the heart. Open your heart. Not open your heart about what you don't have. Open your heart about what you have. And ask the Creator, why me? Why me? David, we ask ourselves, why are we surrounded by so many wonderful people? Everybody around us is just good person. Why are we so lucky to have it? It's just a question. So we pray to God. God help us to know what is going on. Why the people are so sweet around us. What if the prayer is not good? That minister says, sorry to the prayer, you cannot go into God. And then the prayer go down to the world, and it start to wander around, lonely. And it's waiting before the first firmament, because there is 7 firmament to go up like the Sfirot, and waiting there. And at that lowest level, there is an angel. The angel called, I cannot say the whole name, but I can tell you it's Sa'adikel. And that angel, ממונה על הרקיע הזה. That angel is in charge of that firmament. ולוקח כל אלה התפילות, and he take all the prayer that was not accepted by God, or not accepted by the angel who protect God, and those prayer called tfilot psulot. It's a prayer that was not good, pasul, meaning not kosher tfilah. וגונז אותם, and he put him in gniza, he put him in a ziplock. Sometimes you're opening something and you have leftover, you put everything in Ziploc. The same thing, that's what this angel do. You have it in a Ziploc. Why? Why would you keep a prey which is not good? Listen to that. עד שהאדם ההוא חוזר בתשובה. Until that person spiritually change when you're opening his heart. And then what? Listen to that. I'm going now to verse 487. אם חוזר בתשובה, if that person start to transformally change and grow and make tshuva and make repentance, לפני אדונו קרוי, מתפלל תפילה אחרת טובה, and the next prayer is way better, listen. הנה התפילה היא הטובה שעולה, כך ממונה הוא צדיקל, את התפילה הזו. So, you pray one good prayer, that angel from the lowest level of the sky, of the firmament, is taking that good prayer, that prayer which is not so good, מעלה אותה למעלה עד שנפגש בתפילה היא טובה. And he let the bad prayer that you did, and he let that bad prayer meet the good prayer together, ועולות מתערבות יחד נכנסות לפני המלך הקדוש. So all your negative prayer you ever did, let's say when you pray, you don't say a word. I have to go eat. And all what you're thinking about, how will I eat my vegan dish? That's not a prayer. You're in front of the Creator. You're in front of billions of angels who receive your prayer. Do you believe in it? If you believe in it, then do it right. If you don't believe in it, maybe you shouldn't be doing it because you're making fun. When you come to pray with me with Shabbat, you have to think serious. This is very serious. The words, the idea, the concept, you have to take it seriously. Then the prayer that was not that great, go together with the prayer which was great. Because of that angel, remember his name, Sadikel. ולפעמים, נדחה תפילה היא בשביל שאותו אדם נמשך אחרי סמך א', והוא נטמע בצד ההוא. ולוקח התפילה הוא, הממונה שבסמך א', הטמא. Sometimes a person pray, he does pray, but because that person is kind of what we call half-connected. What does half-connected mean? He pray, okay, but the rest of his life, everything is a damage. Then that pray not only does it go to God, it goes to the dark side. And then, ואז עומד סמך א' ההוא, הטמא, מזכיר עוונותיו של אדם לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא. Then the persecutor allowed to go to God and speak bad about you, just because of one prayer that was not that great, and because of your behavior that is not that great. הוא מסתין עליו למעלה. And then he starts speaking bad about that person. ועל זה, כל התפילות וכל השמות שעולות כולם עולות ועובדות לפני ההיכל הראשון הזה, ומונה הזה עומד על פתח ההיכל, להכניס את השמות והתפילות לעוד חתן לחוץ. And for that reason, all the prayer that you pray, it also depends on how you transform yourself. Are you working on yourself? So please be aware of that. And I'm continue. So when we not behave well, the gates start to close. Sometimes you pray, there's nothing going on. But there is one gate that open, it's called Shared Ma'ot, the tears gate. The tears gate. In the tears gate, when you cry while you pray, it's open. Shabbat you cannot cry, but during the week. So what happened? It say, וכשתפילה זו שבדמות עולה למעלה ולא שרים, מזדמן אופן ההוא דהיינו מלאך מבחינת המלכות הנקרא אופן, לא שיש באות חיות, ושמו ירחמיקל. The angel that takes the prey with tears, his name is Yerachmikel. He takes that prey with the tears, and that prey is going up, והדמעות נשארו כאן ורשמים בפתח הוא, שהקדוש ברוך הוא חפר אותו כנ"ל. And the tears are staying there as a pit, that God is actually making that hole for all the tears to go there. So, just to explain, I can continue forever with that, but I want to teach with you more stuff tonight because it's all about structure tonight. Just to understand something so simple like pray. Oh, you can't just do it wrong. You don't have to know everything, but go with a broken heart. You're standing in front of the divine. You're standing in front of the Creator. Doesn't matter what's happening on the outside part of your body. You're standing in front of the Creator. You have to be shaking. You're talking to the one who gives you life in every second. Don't do it with fear only. Do it with excitement. Would you believe that without your connection, the pipe will not continue to flow? Well, many people don't pray, don't do anything, and the pipe continue to flow. Well, if you only dwell on the mercy side of the divine, that doesn't mean you have a connection. To have a connection, you have to dwell on your change, on your spiritual evolution, if I may say. So that's another structure of going up with prayer. And now I'm going to talk to you a little bit. Maybe I don't know if to do it now to talk to you about the negative side of the danger of spirituality, because the Zohar is so long, and I want to take it a little bit to what I said before. Remember, I said something before that only with mercy, you can actually connect well, and people just chasing justice, not going to work. So when you look at the Ari, Rabbi Isaac Luria, of this week Parsha, Pikudei, what does the Ari talk about? 4 righteous people. 4 righteous people that went into the orchard. It's the most famous story. Most rabbis use that story to convince people not to study Kabbalah because there is a lack of understanding. There's a big lack of understanding of the story. But the Ari bring it. And that's what they say. V'ata nevaer. Something is written in Talmud and Chagiga. So did Yad Dalat Chachamim. 4 people that went to the orchard. What is that orchard? The orchard is to make the tikkun of what Adam and Eve did with the orchard of the Garden of Eden. And we're still eating the fruit of the mistake that Adam and Eve did. Not to blame them. If we will be there, we will do it worse. Until the Messiah will come, we still have to connect to that negativity. Those 4 people who walk in were wise people. They could not do mistake. And they either want to fix themselves or they want to fix the world with that negativity. Why none of them made it? One died, one left spirituality, one go crazy, and one make it. Who is the one who make it? Rabbi Akiva. Was he better than all of them? And look what it says, דארי. ולכן תמצא שאף לאותו הזקן שהוא רבי עקיבא. רבי עקיבא was the oldest. ביקשו מהשם לדחותו. The angels who saw that those 4 people want to do the tikkun olam, they want to finish the tikkun for all of us, there will be no more chaos. It's a good mission, right? Good mission. It's a good mission when it's the right time. Good mission, it's a bad mission when it's the wrong time. So it's not about, in life there is momentum, and it's what you do, and when you do. What and when. Remember the what and when. I'm not going into the why, that's for business people. What and when. What you do, when are you doing it? What they were doing was great. The when wasn't the time yet. Until the Messiah will come. They want to do the tikkun. So the angel said, what with those people? We have to push them away. So they went to God, and they say, this old man means Rabbi Akiva, let's push him away also. אבל רבי עקיבא, שלא חטא ונכנס בשלום, למה היו רוצים לדחותו? Why did the angels want to push him away? He tried to fix the world. I know it's the wrong time. And God answered to the angel, Anichu lazaken. Leave the old man alone. Why? Why רבי עקיבא? אבל העניין הוא שגם הוא ראוי לתקן כל דלת המוחין. He was supposed to correct all of it. And this is a long section to teach each one of them what they try to correct. Okay? Each one of them tried to correct something, a different aspect. But כי רבי עקיבא תיקן יותר מכולם. ביותר ויותר סמוך לשם כבר תיקנו בן עזאי is one of the rabbi, בן זומא is another one, והאחר, וזה סוד רבי עקיבא שנכנס בשלום ויצא בשלום. He went peacefully and he left peacefully. Why? Because he was connecting to the chesed. It's connecting to mercy. When you go connect to the truth, if you're only looking for the truth and for justice, in spirituality, there is no right or wrong. There is no. Of course, there is right or wrong, what you should be doing, what you should be doing. Of course. But as you elevate yourself and you become judgmental, you gotta be careful. Because if you're growing up, if you don't grow up, keep judging, it's not gonna hurt you. You should actually keep judging. It's good for you. But if you feel you're growing up spiritually, there is some danger in it. You understand? I hope you understand me. Because that's the elevation of spirituality. Rabbi Akiva chose the mercy way. Okay? For example, Elisha, the one who left all spirituality, what happened to him? He was one of the greatest sages, Kabbalists ever born. What happened? He was the teacher of Rabbi Bir Balanes. What happened? לא העלה רק הגבורות לבדם. He tried to correct the gvorot, the left column, which is good. Okay? And then gvorot, if we call them Ben Azai, draw the light of wisdom of right column. רבי עקיבא המשיך חסדים. And Ben Zoma המשיך כף שמאל. רבי עקיבא, keep it simple, only חסדים. For that reason, Rabbi Akiva mantra was what? When you go to his grave, what's written there? Love thy neighbor as thyself. So many ways to understand it. So many ways. Some people say, love the neighbor as thyself. It's what you should tell your body, because the body is so selfish. So we tell the body, can you love the soul as you love yourself, please? It's one of the ways. One other way is just simple to love your neighbors. Okay? There's many ways. But love will be tested only when you have injustice. Today, I had a wonderful, wonderful lady who called me from far away, very far away, 14-hour flight, far away. And she tell me that I feel bad for you, for what you went through in your life, after all what you did and what you get. Yeah, those of you who know my story good, those of you who don't, it's okay. And I said, I don't feel bad for myself. I don't. Why I don't? Because I believe in the divine. I'm not going to look for justice. What's the justice? If somebody hurt me, God permitted. And if God permitted, it's good for me. It's exactly what I need. That's a blessing of my life. I'm not always like it. I'm a human being. I'm not an angel. But in the end of the day, it's good. It doesn't mean that I'm going to look for people, hey, who want to hurt me? I'm here. You come 1471. I'm here. No. You should look for good things for yourself. But if it's already happened, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. I have many friends in my life. A lot of them stab me in the back. Why? Because I need people to stab me in the back to wake me up. Because I always look forward. I'm always go forward. I'm aggressive. I always go forward. Sometimes Eliyahu need to stop and look backward. You know? That's the way life is. So now look at your life. Look at the structure of your life. Are you into justice only? Then it's okay. But don't elevate yourself too far spiritually. Don't overly meditate. Don't overly pray. Because that prayer and justice will go to the dark side. You got to be careful. But if you elevate yourself spiritually, then you have to find the good in people. Good in people. Good in people. Find the good. Find the good. Meaning, especially if you have a teacher. The Talmud said, המורה הלכה בפני רבו חייב מיתה. Debbie, you will upset with me that I'm actually saying it and translate it even. The Talmud said, if you teach something with no permission in front of your teacher, you should be stoned to death. Scary, right? It doesn't fit with this generation. This generation is all about how can I be against something. Hey, what's the next thing I can be against? This generation is all about against. You know, to be against something. Against. What can it be against? Oh, against vaccine. For vaccine. Oh, that's fine. That's this generation. That's what's left. Everybody's against something. But why is everybody against something? People don't develop a true opinion of spirituality. Can't judge. What is to judge? How dare you judge? How dare you judge? You're blind, you see it, nothing. Even a group of 1,000 blind people need one person who see, who can guide them. That's called teaching or teacher. Some people used to say, don't follow the teacher, follow the teaching. No. It's not written in the Talmud. The Talmud doesn't say follow the teaching. That's the college tell you, follow the teaching. Follow the teacher only. What if the teacher is wrong? Leave him. Leave her, leave him, say goodbye. But because if the teacher is no good, goodbye. Don't follow a teacher. What do you mean follow a teacher? You only follow an intellectual. It's play it safe for the teacher, play it safe for the student. You gotta start follow, my friend. Follow the true thing. Are you ready now for knowing how the dark side structure work? I cannot give you the whole secret. You have to read it yourself. But with the short time we have, I'm going to give you one of the chamber of the dark side. I love the Zohar Pikudei. That's why we print it small, and I call it the Angel Zohar. Everybody have to have Angel Zohar. And just before Passover, make sure you do what I do normally, and hopefully I will remember to do it. Put white string on your right hand. White string on the right hand. Those of you who don't bake matzah, you can put it already on Sunday. You want to start to put it from this Sunday for another 52 days. It's good to put the white string as a string that we brought from Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag. Pure. It's very pure. You can order it from Debbie, and it's a wonderful thing. Let me read to you the structure of the dark side. Taf Taf Tzadik Vav. Taf Taf Tzadik Vav. This is from section in Pikudei, 896. I read it. I read Pikudei. It's one of my favorite Zohar because it's written all the name of the angel of what they do. So if you have the small Pikudei Zohar, make sure it stay with you. One in the car, one under your bed, wherever you go, because it's very powerful Zohar. And just respect it, because the Pikudei Zohar that we print has within it a lot of power. So he's talking about the fifth chamber. What's happening in the fifth chamber? That's the dark side chamber. Be careful, okay? This chamber, it's also a structure. We call that chamber Sheol. Can you look for what? How can I translate Sheol in English? I don't know if I can translate it even. Sheol. Sheol כנגד ההוא של היצר הרע, שנקרא ערל. It's corresponding to the power of the evil inclination inside of us, that called ערל. והרי אמרנו שהוא סודר לה. ערל mean foreskin. So in name of the negative force who attack you, call foreskin, kind of a weird name for attack. In that chamber, we talk about the dark side chamber, guys. You ready? There is the entrance with the angel as well. And that minister has a mission. What does the minister does? לעורר תמיד קטרוגים על העולם. You want to know what this angel is doing? That's foreskin angel. Always to find out how can he destroy the world. Abyss? Abyss. Sheol is abyss. It was a movie like that, I think. Abyss. A movie I never understood what happened there. I always fall asleep in that. But anyway, I'm sorry, there's people that I'm live. So, that angel called foreskin always create destruction to the world, and the spirit he used, believe it or not, נקרא Eva. Aleph Yud Bet A. Eva mean hatred. So there is a system of negativity that their job is only to bring kitrugim, only to persecute the purpose of this world and to destroy it. משום שהשם של הפתח הזה, Eva שמו. The name of the entrance to that negative chamber called Eva. Can you imagine you go into the chamber and you see the name of this chamber is hatred. You know, it's funny, I studied with one of our member, Michael, so, and we study some things together, and some of the things that you study in Kabbalah has no value that can help you in this world. You just study for the study. So I was telling him, and I will tell it to you, what's the purpose of studying? And then he said, I don't know. And then I answered, I said, I think, Michael, is in the world to come, after people die, there is street and avenue and store and beautiful. But you don't know what's the direction to go. When you study Kabbalah, but in the real Kabbalah, not just whatever feel fun. Study Kabbalah, you learn where to go. Which means if you said the word Eva, you know, that's not the corner I'm going to. I'm going the other direction. So in your navigation system, in your spiritual Lamborghini in heaven, say left is to Eva. Say, no Eva, I'm going the other direction. I wonder if the name Eva it can be a problem, huh? Gotta tell people about it. Eva means hatred in the Zohar language. וסיבנך ואיבה אשית בנך ובין האישה. When is these words appear first? When God talked to Eve and to the snake, and he said, I will put hatred between two of you. Also, when you read Megillat Echa on Tisha B'Av, on the 9th of Av, which is the set day, how do you start the first verse of Echa? Echa yashva badad ha'ir rabati. So, Echa yashva badad ha'ir, Eva also. This initially is Eva as well. בהיכל הזה עומד רוח אחד השולט על הכל. In this chamber, there is a spirit, a minister who in charge of everything. Now we need to know his name. Don't you want to know what the name of that little thing that working from Foreskin? Mr. Foreskin now hire a person to do all the damage. You want to know the name of that thing? Shoded. I'm telling you the word. That's his name. You know what Shoded means in Hebrew? In Israeli Hebrew, not in the Bible Hebrew? A robber. Somebody who come and take things from people. Why we call it like this as the Zohar? והוא שד ושבר, וזהו שודד בערים הרמים בין סלעים וערים. Because it's like a robber that come to take. מהיכל הזה יונקים כולל השודדים המשחיתים בחורבנות, and all the people in the world who live in the planet that like to steal, like to kill, like to do all things, are being supervised by that force. ומכאן יוצאים כל אלה שהורגים בחרבות ורמחים. And from here come all the people who kill with knife and weapon, והולכים אחר להט החרב ומתהפכת לכלות הכל. And they want to kill. Because I wonder all my life, why people use guns and sword to kill each other? You know, sometimes you watch those movies from the old time with the Scotland, the English, the French. There's always war in the between two mountains, and there is a lot of mud. It's always the same movie. Always the same movie. Fighting, sword, heavy more than a human being, and you make it. And then they come home and they drink some beer. Oh, we won. What is this? I never get it. Is this like, go play rugby, it would be better. Then you can play it again tomorrow. I mean, what is the idea of taking a sword and killing another human being? I never get it. I never get that idea. Why you have to kill if you disagree? Have argument, disagree, don't kill. Now we know why. There's a minister who is in charge of that. From that minister, מרוח הזה יוצא רוח אחד. נקרא שוד. That minister has another soldier called Shod. Shod is robbery. The name of that angel is called robbery. What kind of name they have, huh? כששולט רעב על העולם, when there is hunger in the world, נמצא רוח הזה שנקרא שוד. So when there is hunger in the world, it's because that angel, robbery, is making sure there will be no food. And then you have another spirit, שנקרא, I don't want to say the name, K-P-H-A-N. That's the name of the angel. And when they are together, they start destroying people, and they take from them everything, destroy them, or make them so weak so they will die from being weak. And when they eat, when people eat, they never get satiated. So that's one of the ways you've been attacked by that angel. But the second one, K-A-P-H-A-N, okay? Because he control. So, what's the solution? I'm scared. I don't want to be attacked by that. Look at this. Now I'm in verse 899. In that time, מי שעושה חסד לבני אדם, whoever do goodness with people, נותן להם לאכול ולשתות. You give them food and drink. הוא כדאי לדחות לבית רוחות לחוץ. Those two angels, not allowed to touch him. Or her. שלא ישלטו בעולם. וכשישראל אינם עושים חסד לבני אדם, when we don't do goodness with people, okay, then unfortunately those two forces can come after us. So again, when I say about Debbie before, I didn't just say it like this. You have to start to understand, you help Debbie, you help yourself. That's why I said, don't help Debbie, help yourself. כשישראל עושים חסד נכנע, הסמך א', צד הקדושה להתחזק. And then we can make the structure of holiness strong, and those two spirits that I mentioned, the robber and the robbery, and the other one, K-A-P-H-A-N, okay? right away leave you alone, actually start even working for you and under you. So it's quite important that all of us understand there is structure. The Mishkan we're going to read about this week. The tabernacle, it's a structure and physical structure in the physical world. But that structure is to connect to the upper structure that exists. Let's connect together. Let's be unified. Let's look on the good on one another. When you study, it's definitely clean you when you study alone. But for each person it's different. It depends on the level of your study on what you study. The teacher job is to check somebody, it sounds a little ego, somebody in my level, can I say that? It sounds terrible, but it's the truth. I can check with the person study to their level, or study below, or too much. So my job is to make sure that they don't go too far or too low. And if you study that level, definitely cleaning your soul. Yes, and you should study alone every day. Every day. The minimum is 5 minutes. The right time is half an hour a day. You have to study alone. Yes. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. I know it was a lot of structure of what's going on, but that's what it's all about, the Mishkan. And those of you who live in LA, and those of you who don't live in LA, our backyard is open for Shabbat. You're always welcome to come. Thank you, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Thank you.